Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review, specifically another WrestleMania match review. So, the Ruthless Aggression era was weird. I think we can all agree on that. The Ruthless Aggression era was weird. It was interesting in a lot of ways, but it was also very weird. And the premise and how this match came about was also very weird. But but in a weird way, in a weird twist, this leads to perhaps considered by some to be one of the best women's matches, one of the best women's WrestleMania matches ever, but also one of the best women's matches ever. Oh, and maybe that comes down to caliber of competitors. But let's see how this weird match leads into a great match and a moment that ended up being censored. But still a fun match nevertheless. So how did things turn about, and was it hit with obsessed stalker type storylines in WWE Ruthless Aggression era? Let's find out. I'm of course talking about Trish Stratus versus Mickie James at WrestleMania 22, and now that you heard what the match is, the censored moment, you probably know what I'm talking about. But nevertheless, I am not professional wrestling reviewer or analyst or anything like that. Just a man who enjoys a good time. And as I kind of alluded to in my opening spiel there, I definitely had a good time. I'm watching this match, considered by some to be one of the best women's matches ever, one of the best women's WrestleMania matches ever, and admittedly, could I have found a better women's match representation for WrestleMania? Potentially, but I've reviewed some of them already. I've reviewed Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. I reviewed the women's triple threat. Admittedly, there's some other ones I do want to check out, but let's get into this match here, though. Now, if you give me just a second. There we go. Now, if you've seen these reviews of mine before, you kind of already know how this works. If you haven't, though, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and disliked about the match. So, starting with what I liked. This match had very fun, very competitive, and like I said, definitely comes down to the caliber of competitors. Trish Stratus, at this point definitely becoming super beloved as one of the icons, one of the beacons of the women's division, and Mickie James, he's a solid worker. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Also a solid worker in her own right, and so it makes for a very fun competitive match here. But the way this came about was very weird. So, Mickie James at this point had been stalking Trish Stratus, and stalking her for her months now. They kind of had a friendship, kind of had a falling out as well. Mickie James turned on Trish Stratus, as even kissed her on Raw, which it got immortalized into not only the Raw intro, but then also subsequently, because of that, the SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 video game, because they used that Raw intro for the game, and it featured that moment. So, yeah, but very, very weird times for this match. But it leads to a fun match here. Like I said, both women more than capable of putting on a great match. And at this point in time, matches like that weren't as commonplace as they are nowadays. And it's definitely a damn shame. But Trish and Mickie able to put on a great match here, and putting on a fun competitive match against each other, as well, including stuff within the ring and outside the ring as well. Trish even kicking the turnbuckle post on the outside, kind of hurting her leg, and I do also like kind of the storytelling throughout this match. How Mickie almost always has Trish's number. She's a bit crazy, she's a bit out there, but he's kind of crazy like a fox, able to kind of outsmart Trish in some regards, including kind of kicking at Trish's leg and having Trish kind of fall into Mickey's knee, and then ultimately at the end, and the aforementioned moment, hence countering the Stratus faction and doing a very suggestive pose with those two fingers. Now, obviously, it's been cut from the network. Like they show Mickie about to do it. She grabs right onto Trish's lower nether regions area, and then as she's about how to do it, then it cuts to the crowd, and then it cuts back to Mickie. They acknowledge it on commentary, that being Jr. and Jerry Lawler, but and otherwise it's not shown on the network, and understandably so. Yeah, we got F-bombs and everything nowadays on Peacock with Cody Rhodes, but yeah, that moment has been cut. But ultimately, Mickie winning with the chick kick they got from Trish Stratus to pick up the win and pick up, I believe at this time it was her first women's championship. So Mickie becomes women's champion for the first of several women's championships. But picking up here, excuse me. So having Mickie win here, I think, and not a bad choice. Having her kind of get one over on Trish and kind of, in a way, kind of outsmarting her, but also showing her craftiness and her cunning when it comes to this match. So a really fun, fantastic match leads to Mickie getting the big win there. Definitely not against Mickie winning, especially because at this point Trish's career was starting to kind of wind down. She would end up retiring later on in the year, but yeah, so Mickie picks up the big win there in a pretty fun match in that regard. In terms of what I didn't quite like as much about the match, for starters, a lot of the kind of sexual overtones are in this match. Now I know it's kind of more emblematic of the Ruthless Aggression era because a lot of it was there. A lot of it was there in the Attitude Era as well. But it's definitely also there as well in this match, including Mickie James at one point pinning Trish Stratus the way Edge pinned Beulah Dreamer / Beulah McGillicuddy at One Night Stand 2006 later on in the year. So that's where Edge got it from. But which is a pay-per-view I reviewed on the channel. If you haven't already, go check out that review. It's from a little while ago, but hopefully you still enjoy it. But there's that and Mickie winning with the Trish kick, with the chick kick, I should say. Which obviously would end up being her finisher. Her didn't quite get the pop. It's almost like it was unexpected. It like the crowd did pop when she won, but it wasn't like the big pop that I think was expected. If that makes any sense. The crowd was like, "Oh, that did it. Oh, cool, okay," and kind of went from there. It almost kind of went unexpected in a way. Maybe that's more emblematic of the crowd. I'm not entirely sure, but it did almost feel like it fell kind of flat in that way. But nevertheless, as Mickie wins the women's championship for the first time here, I believe it's the first time. If I am not mistaken. And let me look at the article here to see. Mickie did get a lot of cheer. Like the wiki does reference that Mickie did get a lot of cheers in the match. Probably because her character was kind of weird, but interesting in a way. So, Rumble, WrestleMania, So, Mickie wins her first women's championship there in a pretty solid match. So, if you're curious, I definitely recommend checking the match out. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn on those post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you never miss an upload. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the match, my review of the match. Do you like the match? Do you like my review of the match? Let me know. Thank you all so much for watching. We're continuing, obviously, our WrestleMania matches. We're gonna sneak in some other matches from other events. And admittedly, I've thought about sneaking in some takeover matches because, as for a while, takeover was also kind of synonymous with WrestleMania season. So maybe I'll consider it. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Peace.